Good morning. Welcome to Getting Fit, Talking Shit, GFTS. We're joined by Crusades of Motivation, Brother Osiris, and Old Dog Fitness Vinny. And we got a super special guest I can't wait to introduce. But I don't want to leave him waiting in the lobby too long. So let's bring him on in.
Bring him in.
It's a surprise for everyone.
What's up, y'all?
What is up, Chris?
Good
We're
morning,
joined by,
Chris.
by Chris
Wow.
Shawarma, who is just such an awesome dude, bro. I love watching your stuff, man. You're a brilliant creator. I remember watching your documentary with that bodybuilder, which was so
Thanks,
awesome.
man.
And you're fascinating because one day you're in Germany, another day you're doing 100 burpees in England, you're in Venezuela or Colombia. You know, it's just wonderful to see that and see the differences and the way you carry yourself and articulate yourself and still manage to do burpees and muscle ups, which we love.
Man, I just go out to do those burpees, yo.
Good morning, boss. Shout out to Dave. What up,
First
Dave?
of all, let me say hi. And I love talking shit, so I love the title of this podcast. Oh man! And I see Crusades and Gus are styling the same T-shirt. Super awesome.
Yeah.
All Drop Fitness. I love this dude. Amazing. And Derek, absolutely legendary. I remember when I started doing these burpees, Derek was the first one to comment on them, and ever since. I mean, Derek's on a steady grind.
Agreed, sir. It was great to see you doing those burpees. I drank in all the motivation for sure.
Awesome. Nice to see you guys.
Good morning, Kenny, man. And right now, I was thinking, and it goes to that question I had asked you, Vinny. With your 30-day challenge, how have you noticed like the progression in the time or the rep scheme? Because Chris did an amazing 30-day challenge where it was one pull-up, one burpee, one squat, I believe it was, for 100 reps. And he ended up cutting his time in half.
It was crazy time. And Chris pointed it out. He actually commented a couple of days ago on one of the videos.
I remember that.
So I jumped over to his channel and I checked it out. And like you said, he did one pull, one push, one squat. Now, I haven't done that yet, but I am going to try that. So yesterday what I did was, so Gus, to your point, you would ask me about the time. And I wasn't tracking the time exactly, but I was coming in. Each video I did was maybe 18 to 20 minutes, no matter what rep scheme I used. So yesterday I was aware of it, and I was actually at the gym. And what I did yesterday was 5 pull-ups, 10 push-ups, 10 squats, and then 5 more pull-ups. So that was one round, and I did that 10 times. And I did that in about 16 minutes. So again, I don't know. I think that was probably the best time, but I wasn't doing any other variation. Like some days, one day I did the squats with the dumbbells. One day I did Mike Tyson push-ups. One day I did lunges. And the lunges are going to add a few seconds because you have to go, on each side. So to just do the standard pull, the standard push, and the squat, I'll say right now that my time yesterday was probably a couple of seconds under 16 minutes to get it done. But I'm going to track it now for the remainder. And I'm definitely going to try Chris's version with the 1, 1, and 1 and see how that works out. So I'll give that a shot at some point.
Awesome. Any advice for him, Chris?
I saw his videos, and I actually realized that he's doing variations on them because he's doing also weighted squats, which I didn't. And for me, the modality just was 1, 1, 1. And the pursuit was to make it as efficient as possible, to cut on every quarter, 8th, 10th, 12th of a second. So my best time, I think it was 11:58 for 300 reps. Yep. But every time I did it under 20 minutes. So I really don't know what to advise him because he's doing a multiple variation, I think every single time on this setup. So push through, I guess. For me, at one point was, I think the 3rd, 5th day, I was having trouble with my grip. It was hurting me. So I had to adjust that, and I became more aware of all the intricacies it takes to sustain an effort every day for that long and with that amount of volume. So yeah, pay attention to all those details, because everything that pulls or tears, or it's just trying to tell you a message that you're not on a neutral stance. I mean, for me, that's like an obsession, to find something that's neutral. So everything around it, if you go inwards or outwards, upwards or downwards, is a variation. But what's the neutral stance? I love that question. Just what's the neutral stance?
Right. Well,
Olympic Steel, what's up, yo? I love that dude. He's amazing.
Olympic Steel, he does those, I forgot what it's called, those squats where he got the barbell on his forearms.
Yeah.
Oh
He
my
does
God.
all sorts of stuff. Yeah.
So Aldo, talk to us. What's up? How are you today?
Hey man, all I gotta say, like I always say it, it's another day, man. I'm grateful for today. We woke up today, we already winning, man. Shout outs to Chris. Thank you for being here, Chris. Hey, I want to give shout outs to those calluses on your hands too. That shows that work. You see what I'm saying? Hey, I just feel blessed to be surrounded by all my brothers here and the brothers on the other side, man. Shout outs to Olympic Steel. Get fit and talk shit, man. The only podcast, baby, in the
Yeah,
internet.
he shines. He shines.
Yes, sir.
Osiris, welcome back to Burpee Land. How you feeling? You back doing your burpees on a daily basis?
I'm feeling like I'm starting over, man. Thank you. And yeah, what Aldo said, Aldo always puts it in the best words, man. I think that gratitude for every Sunday that I can join you guys. I'm always doing something good on the Sundays I'm not with you, though. So burpees, man, daily. Between Max Edward and Lee Hazard, their conversation going on with burpees all you need. The discussion around a practice, like that just resonated hugely for me. Like I've changed my perspective. Like I'm not going into this one thinking I need certain reps. I'm doing it with time, and I'm thinking about it more like right now about like a block training. So it'll go up and then it'll drop back, just because I want it to be a practice. And to me, that's like a daily thing, because I can't do a Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday thing. I need to, it's either all or nothing, or I struggle with that. I could do a Monday, Wednesday, Friday thing, but I don't know. To me, a practice is best done daily, just for me to make it work.
Oh, good point. Good point.
Shout out to David, yo.
Good morning, David.
Morning, Dave.
Good morning, David.
We got all day at it. All day came in while we was
Who's next to you guys?
That's
What
all.
up all day?
So, what do you have available? Are you gonna get fit with us too, Chris? Or are you just gonna talk shit with us?
I'll do it all, man. Don't worry.
All right. So, the topic today, I had just watched Oppenheimer. So that's, so they was talking about the atomic bomb, and they had a nice point where they was talking about gallows humor, and I think it relates so much to how I feel about burpees, because it's a joke. It's really not my strength, but I enjoy it a lot. But I like to have fun while I suffer with it. So I feel like burpees really is functional gallows humor for me personally.
I haven't seen that movie, Oppenheimer. I know who he is, though. And I know Gallows Humor is just like black comedy, like dark comedy. So I get it.
Yeah,
Hey,
but it
Chris,
doesn't necessarily have to be dark. It's like when in dire circumstances, you still find a way to smile and laugh. And I think that's so important in life, to like just, even when things are grim and it's sad, and find some joy and tell a joke and smile and find a way to smile, because it might not change the circumstances, but it might change how you feel handling the circumstances. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. The attitude. So Gus, what you're really saying is that when you're doing Navy SEALs, you're finding yourself in dire circumstances. That's
Absolutely.
That's how you, okay. All right. So we got
We've been
that.
there.
All right,
We've
good.
been there, yo.
So, you ready for our buy-in? 25 push-up entry fee.
Let's
Okay,
go.
here we go.
The show starts, baby. First reps.
And some real Gallows humor is when I went to go see Oppenheimer, we were running late, right? Like it started at 3:15, it was already like 3:30. So we ran in, we're sitting in the theater, and we're waiting like 5-10 minutes for the movie to start. I'm like, damn, man, it's taking a long time to start considering we late. And we were in Barbie. You see the Barbie movie starting? I'm a Barbie girl. I was like, oh my God, that's some Gallows humor for you.
Oh man.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I debated staying and watching Barbie, but I said, let me go see what I was here for.
Yo,
What's up,
I
guys?
feel the necessity to tell a joke.
Okay.
And it's actually a deep wisdom my grandmother gave to me.
Okay.
Okay. Life is like a penis. It's relatively short, but it feels long when it gets hard.
You got an awesome grandma.
Grandma was a wise lady. Grandma was a wise lady.
She was around, yo. Oh man.
Shout out
Good
to Grandma,
analogy.
man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Grandma.
She's still alive. She lives in Guatemala. 94.
94?
Yeah.
Wow.
Shout out to Grandma. Chris, where are you originally from?
I was born and raised in Guatemala. But my dad, he moved to Guatemala. So he's of German origin, but he grew up in the socialist part of Germany, and they escaped 1964 to the west side of Germany. But he didn't like it there. I mean, he was indoctrinized to hate capitalism. So, so he left Guatemala and he moved in to a very secluded area where he met my mom. And so, yeah, my dad was blonde, green eyes, and my mom is a dark-skinned Guatemalan, black hair.
Interesting.
So I see myself as both because I've been living in Germany for so long. I came here to study and I stayed here. I married here. I got a child here and everything. But my true origin, I will always say, fundamentally, I'm Guatemalan.
Right.
Wow.
That's awesome, man.
So you were raised in Guatemala, and how old when you went back to Germany? When you went to Germany?
I was 21, going into 22, and I'm 42, going into 43 now.
Okay. So Germany since you're 21 now. You in Germany
And
since
in
21.
and out, because I used to live in the UK and I went back to Guatemala for a while. And when I finished university, that just started to oscillate.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you study?
I studied German literary science, philosophy, and economic history.
Really?
Wow, that's a mouthful.
Yeah. I got a master's degree in it and everything. Yeah.
Wow.
You have a large life, my brother. That's the
I don't
example
know,
of a
man.
large life.
Yeah, it feels
Well, what do you
long
do
when it
with
gets
those
hard. That's what
degrees?
they said.
I guess teach? You know, like those degrees
I
tough to
I was a tutor. I never taught. My wife, she teaches. She's like a PhD in philosophy, and she's got like postdocs. You know what? I want to say something about Max Edwards, the busy dad.
Okay.
We were commenting on each other's videos, and all of a sudden he started asking, what's up? Why are you in the UK and in Germany, Berlin and whatnot? And I said, well, my wife, she teaches in the UK and she used to work in London. And then all of a sudden he just asked, is your wife Charlotte? I'm like, what the fuck? And yeah, my wife is Charlotte. And he used to work under the same professor when she was doing a postdoc and he was starting his PhD. So they met in here in Berlin, in London, and in San Diego, California.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, it was fucking crazy. I was like, dude.
That's impossible.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a small world. What a small
Absolutely, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. Crazy.
You think about that. 8 billion people, 8 billion people in the world.
Yeah.
And what are the chances of that happening? Right?
Yeah, Burpees uniting, yo.
Right.
And he has the nerve to beat your wife. The nerve of this. Isn't he busy? Shout out to Busy Dad. He's dope.
Oh man, he's nuts, man. I mean, shout out to him. I love like the obsession. I mean, it's just like a testament to just giving yourself into 2 movements. I mean, he does 2 movements, right? A 6 count and a 10 count, and that's every time.
And he's jacked.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's jacked as fuck. He's amazing.
Yeah. So, anybody have you have a pull-up there? I know you asked, old dog. Your pull-up bar is there. I think in the spirit of Chris, we might as well do his challenge.
Oh, nice.
The 1-1-1?
Yeah. What do you think?
We could try. Okay.
You put us on the spot, yo. I was out running. I mean, I got a pull-up bar. I can bust that one out any single time. I'm not saying I can't.
He ain't scared. He ain't scared.
That's what happens when you train for something. You prepare yourself to be able to accomplish it on demand, whenever you feel like it. That's the point. On demand. You don't know when. Like we train personally, and I think we all do. We train from functionality, right? We train for like survival, to be able to handle life, whatever life brings us, both mentally and physically. Well, we can't decide when life's gonna throw us a hardball. To quote your grandmother, we can't quote when it's gonna get hard on us.
Oh, man. You need hard balls to receive that hard ball, man.
Yeah, don't feel bad for an old dog, Paul.
You don't care.
Tried to spare him last week, and he said, no. No. It's in addition to his training.
Right. I got to stick by that, and I'm sticking by it. That's why, I'm not. Hey, Gus, I'm not going to tell you that when you just mentioned that, my heart didn't drop. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
I felt uncertain as well. So I feel you, old dog.
Well, we're not.
No, we're
doing
in it. We're in it.
Same vigor that Chris does it. We're just having fun. We're still talking. We got to share a bar.
We're not going to do it in 11 minutes, is what you mean, right?
Yes,
we don't have to do it in 11 minutes.
I'm shattering your record today, I promise.
No.
And listen, I've tried this workout. It is not easy.
Yeah, me too.
My best time was probably your first time. And then you cut that in half.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed watching that whole 30 days.
Man, it was ridiculous, but I loved it too. And just
hey, Chris, what was your starting time? What was your starting time the first time you did it?
I had done this workout, I think 3 times before, and every time it was under 20 minutes or just around 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. And the first time I did it, it was under 20. I mean, around 18 or 19. And I said, okay, It felt good. I didn't feel like extremely fatigued or anything. So I said, okay, keep it on. Try to go with a steady pace, specifically the first 10 days, because I said to myself, it's going to get harder towards the end if I don't start slow. So it was kind of a negative split.
Mm-hmm.
And after the 7, 8, 9, 10 days, I started experimenting because I was becoming aware that, I can move my arms upwards sooner than just standing up and then up, and just cutting time here and there.
Yeah,
and
right.
trying to make it a cardio thing more than just mechanics and just like a pull up. Just trying to see how can you go in from one movement into the other. And that's what came out of it. Yeah, I love that session. It just hits everything.
So you got more efficient with your movements as you went on, right?
Oh,
in the course
absolutely.
Of the month.
Because I had hit 14 something, and I still knew, oh man, I have more. And then Barefoot Burpees, shout out to Barefoot Burpees. He came out with his take on the challenge, and he hit sub 14. And I saw him and I was like, oh man, he even looks slower than I do.
Right.
But that's just his magic, right? He knows how to do that. And so I went at it again and I hit a 13 something, a little bit below his time. But I was still thinking, okay, I can get more out of it. So I started running in between these sessions. And on the second day of rest after a run, I would feel my cardio was elevated because I had a rest after that long cardio session. And on day 29, it wasn't day 30. I said on day 29, I'm gonna give it a go. And I went at it, and it was 11 minutes and 58 seconds. And I was just blown away because I thought it was 12:58. I was never expecting 11:58, and it was a good day. It was a good day, Meaningful things happened that day.
Insert sound effect here.
Yeah.
Hey Chris.
Yeah.
Hey Chris. I want to ask the question. What got you into burpees or into working out? Because you run too. You also do you do different things too.
Yeah. Well, burpees I got because of Corona. During those times, previously I had read a book called Solitary Fitness by this dude called Charles Bronson, who's the longest inmate in prison history in the UK, who's been under solitary confinement. So there's even a movie about him. It's called Bronson.
Good movie.
And this dude, he was a troublemaker, but he had some standing records of the most amount of push-ups in 1 hour and most amount of push-ups in 60 seconds, and all within his cell. So I read his book. It's called Solitary Fitness. And then I was all into Paul Wade, the convict conditioning. Pavel Tsatsouline, The Naked Warrior, which is a book only about the one-arm push-up and the one-legged squat. And Power to the People, which is only about the deadlift. So I was just like focusing on doing the minimal amount of effort to get the most amount of results. And when the pandemic hit, I knew, okay, I can't go out, let's just treat my apartment like a cell. I mean, obviously a luxury cell, I can go out whenever I want to. I'm not trying to say I'm putting myself into any of those positions, but the mentality was I'm in confinement. So I said to myself, fucking let's rip it, let's go at it and see what comes out of it. And the burpee was for me the first option because it was just like minimal amount of space and maximal amount of suffering.
Well
yes,
said.
Yes, sir. That's nice, man. Hey, I have this I have this admiration for a lot of people in the jail system because of that. Because in whatever space they have, whatever food, nutrition they have, they make it happen, man. I mean, I have friends that came out of there and come out ripped, right?
Yeah.
So for me, when sometimes I have an excuse, I think about that. I'm like, man, hold up, man. This guy's in there.
Yeah.
They fucking getting super ripped and super strong, and all they have is a little corner, a little slab of concrete that they can do push-ups on. Burpees. Most of them
Or
do burpees.
kids, they
And
do anything, whatever they
mhm.
can put their hands on, they'll do something. I remember going through Pirate Bay those days, and I downloaded like a 3 gigabyte file with videos of cellmates with their cameras, and these were really low quality videos, but you would see what they're going through, and they had like bags, and they had like their own dumbbells, and they would do teamwork. So they had like towels behind them, and they would do like triceps. So he pulls and the other guy gives resistance, and so on. I don't know. I thought it was like absolutely amazing what necessity does when you're confronted with that need to be fit. I don't know what goes on in jail cells, but it's got to be gnarly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never want to go in there, man, for sure.
No.
Oh man.
You want to
So
tell us
what's up?
about your time in prison, Derek?
No. That's been a lifelong goal of mine, is to stay out of prison.
Amen to
That's a
that.
good one.
Yo,
Guys, I'm gonna.
Action Jackson as well. He just popped up.
Shout out Action.
Good morning.
What's up, Action?
1 pull-up, 1 squat, 1 burpee. I guess we'll rotate on 3. We're sharing a bar.
Are we going up in the numbers?
No, it's 1.
1.
100 times.
Okay, I'm gonna start with 10 and then come back and talk or whatever.
All right.
How do you? I do it with them.
His mission.
I do it with them.
Doing it with him.
All right, so pull up, squat, burpee.
I do pull up
Pull
burpee
up,
squat.
burpee, squat.
Pull up, burpee, squat. Okay. 1.
Are we all just going for 10?
You can
I
do
don't
it.
know. Three.
Yeah. Rayo is 25 push-ups.
All right.
And all day said he's doing muscle-ups the whole time.
I say that.
1. Hey! Look good. Look good. Look good.
100?
I'm gonna tell you what. I noticed my mechanics all jacked up from this first set.
Put on my
So
headphones.
that's.
Here you go.
I'm gonna go on this side. In the straight bar.
What up, George?
Good morning, George. All right.
Hey, listen, guys. I don't know if you saw Chris's documentary, but try to take the time and go check it out. There's a documentary about a bodybuilder. Was he in Guatemala or Venezuela?
Guatemala.
Guatemala.
Yeah,
And he had a disease, right?
he had poliomyelitis.
Can you tell us what that is?
So that's I don't know if you've ever seen it, because that disease has been highly mitigated. So it's an impediment where you don't grow any muscles anymore. So his leg was just bone. And he found out he's strong and started bench pressing. He wanted to originally become a bodybuilder, and he was winning like the federation used to have subcategories for best arm, best back, best calf, and all of the upper parts categories he was winning except best leg. But then the IFBB, which is like the International Federation of Bodybuilding, dropped those categories, and they were judging the whole physique. So he wasn't able to compete in bodybuilding anymore, but he was strong. So he started competing in powerlifting, specifically bench pressing. And he has a standing record where he weighed 117 pounds which is like 58 kilo, and he bench pressed 451 pounds, which is 220 kilo. So there's very few people in the world who have bench pressed 5 times their body weight. And this documentary is about this guy.
Awesome video. Incredible documentary.
Thanks, man.
Yes.
So I got 10
Very
in.
well done too. It's very well done.
Thanks, man. We had a great time too doing it. I mean, we met this amazing individual, and he's very humble, very poor. He's so accomplished, but in Guatemala you can't live off of that. So yeah, it's a bittersweet story.
Yeah.
Definitely. But shout out to him. Because, yeah, it's on YouTube, George. I posted on my community post.
Awesome.
Yeah. I definitely want to watch that. That sounds like something real interesting.
Very watchable, too. It's not like something... I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I work with production companies. My work is specifically post-production of films that are going to be shown in film festivals. So I had a good team behind me, and we were planning to put this documentary out for film festivals, but then Corona hit. Film festivals out, so I just put it on YouTube.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Definitely got to check it out, my people. I'm going to check it out.
Check that out.
All right.
So,
I'm on 2.
let's get better with the mechanics.
Chris. It's good, right? Yeah, Action Jackson gives his approval for this routine. And it's very hard to get his approval when burpees are incorporated. Yeah, I called Action Jackson like we're doing burpees. He was talking about he had a flat tire. Yeah. Like he came 30 minutes late. We didn't even start. Yeah, we made it for you, big guy.
Somebody's got the sound going crazy.
I think that's me. It's my headphones. I need new headphones. Sorry.
Yo, Gus, should we try to do a slow muscle up at 50?
Huh?
Should we try to do a slow muscle up at 50?
All right, I'm down.
Okay.
A slow muscle up?
Or whatever muscle up.
I have a muscle up. That's
Yeah,
20.
let's get it. Let's get it. I'm gonna go for 30.
All right, let's go. 10. 10 more. 10 more, let's go. It definitely gets the cardiac going, for sure.
Hey, Vinny, you remember the date we said we'd have Action Jackson doing a muscle up?
September 1st.
Oh, September 1st. We got another month. We need to save that boy. You were making fun of me, man. Keep on talking the shit, man. You're roasting me. You're me 3 rows. So you play golf, got on baseball.
Ah. 30. I definitely feel it. I love fitness, man. Woo!
We got this,
Hey,
yo.
hey.
So this is
Gallows
the
Humor.
first podcast where we get fit and talk shit.
We ain't talking enough shit, though.
Hey, Gallows Humor. Right, guys?
Yeah, Gallows Humor. And
I just learned something new today, man. That's it.
what was
That
that?
word is new for me, but the concept, it's not, man.
We got that.
I'm,
We got that. The concept we know.
man, that concept is so powerful, man, because I'm a believer that when you're in the deep shit, it's when you must try to do the joyful things, or at least think about the joyful things that you have right there. We tend to focus on the deep shit that we're into more so than the good shit that we have. And that shit twists your life and do this to it. Cuts it off.
Yeah.
Cuts it off. Gallows humor, man. I love that. I learned something new today, man.
You know, I like to think of feelings and thoughts like clouds in the sky. You know, it might be cloudy, might be rainy, you know, but the sky is there. The sun is shining, just blocking it all with the clouds. And whatever cloud there is, it's going to pass.
Yep.
There's only one that don't, though.
Yeah.
Hey, but that's only one, though. Yeah. Hey, I love that analogy. I love
Yeah.
it. Life is a big sky. Clouds are our problems. They go by.
Yeah. Sometimes we wait for the cloud to pass, but sometimes we go through it.
And that is the goal, man. God loves you.
Yeah.
Go 40?
Let's go 40.
Let's go 40, man. I like this. Man, guys, it gets my heart going crazy. I love it.
Mel was supposed to join us.
Mel was?
He's driving here?
Hey, just by me doing these few reps, man, I can see what Chris is talking about thinking of the minute things that you do. I know I'm swinging like crazy right now. I feel me. Man,
Yo, Crusades, your name is Aldo.
Aldo.
And where you from, man? I mean, I know you speak Spanish as well. What's your heritage?
Yeah, I'm from Mexico City. Man,
Mexico
I'm
City.
all over the place, man. My history is crazy. All over
We
the
got
place.
there. Yeah.
I got a large life too.
Awesome, man.
Yeah,
But where are
but
you at right now?
I'm in Omaha, Nebraska.
Oh, Nebraska. Holy shit.
Talking about Nebraska right now, man. I want to give shout outs to the undefeated champion, Terrence Crawford, man. Omaha, Nebraska, man. Yes, sir. You like boxing?
I don't know who that is, though.
It's the undefeated champion of the world now, as it is. One of the ninth men that's been undefeated champion from 4-way classes. That's
Well,
Say
crazy.
his name again, please. I don't know.
Terrence Bud Crawford. Shout out to him, man.
To me, it sounds like you're saying butt crapper.
Yep. Terrence Bud B-U-D Crawford.
Crawford.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's go for
50?
50, though.
Let's go. Man, I feel good now. All right.
You must be doing something different than me. I feel terrible. Little Gallows Humor. Damn. There it is. I couldn't do it slow though.
You warmed up. You should
Man.
go muscle up now.
Woo! Woo!
How you
How y'all
guys
feeling?
numbers looking?
Say again,
City.
guys.
What's your numbers looking like?
50.
Oh,
I'm at
50.
50.
50. Osiris on 50. Chris is on 50.
Yeah. I
What
think
you on,
Aldo is
Aldo?
too.
50.
50. I thought
What
they
you
were
up?
doing good.
What you up against, Gus?
Are they on? What number you on? 29.
And you?
All right.
50. I'm on 17.
70?
I'm gonna step it up though right now.
You're on 70
You're
or
17?
17?
Huh?
17 or 70?
I did 170.
Yeah, you're going slow.
You're going.
No, I'm not even sweating. I'm on 17. I'm doing too much shit talking and not enough fit getting.
You got double the shit talk there because you got us here and you got your crew there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna ignore everybody for a few minutes.
Hey, Chris.
What?
When you do this, are you coming down into like a burpee and then coming and springing right back up? Is that how you're doing it?
I'll show you right now.
He's going to try and get ahead by one. Watch this.
I don't know if it's tilted enough. Yeah, there we go. So I go for the pull-up. I come down for the burpee. And then I do the squat. That's one.
Gotcha.
That's a close squat too. That's a different pain right there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to go deep.
He didn't show
Deep
it. He also goes,
and not too wide.
he also goes up on the squat going up.
The stance, it can vary. But yeah, I just try every time that my butt is lower than my knees.
You do try to go on a deep squat?
Every time I go into a deep squat. To be honest, my aim is that my butt is at a lower point than my knees.
Okay.
And ideally, my back legs are touching my calves.
Okay.
So when you fold completely. So you have a touching moment. But I mean, that's just me. I mean, we're all on this at our own way.
No, yeah, I'm a believer of the deep squat. I'm a big believer on that, man, because that gives you a big range of motion on your legs. I mean, it gives you an extra elasticity on your muscles. You know, if you do it right, then you gotta start on a progression. You know what I mean? I got that from
Yeah,
snatching. I got that from snatching because
yeah,
when you snatch, you know, you gotta catch it way down there. Um,
absolutely.
it feels so good. I mean, I do it for the feeling too.
For
You
me,
know,
it
the
came back
stretch.
when I started playing with my daughter on the ground. So usually I was sitting, but then I was deep squatting, and that was nice. Yeah, I'm gonna do the muscle up.
I was gonna say, did you guys already do your muscle up?
Yeah,
I did one right away. Isn't that what we're supposed to do?
Going for the muscle up?
Let's
yeah.
go. Let's go. Oh, ah. A slow muscle up, man. Man, I wonder.
Let's go.
I'm gonna test myself because I never
Look at
really
that.
try to even do them.
Look how clean. Hey, Chris, I know you have a lot of tips and you put them on Instagram and YouTube Shorts. But can you share? You mind sharing it with us? Some of your tips on how you've mastered the slow muscle up, especially on the ring specifically.
To be honest, I realized very early that I couldn't do the muscle up on the bar with a lot of knee work. So every time I train, I never warm up. So I'm never stretching, I'm never moving around or anything. I just want to be ready to go, and that's just my approach. I don't know, it's not for everyone. I understand that completely, and I wanted to have something that seemed unreachable yet attainable. And the muscle up was that, because I was climbing a lot. I used to climb. That was my endeavor. Thank you, Paul, man. You're so good, man. Paul, yo, shout out to Paul. He's been doing incredible progress on the muscle up, and both on the bar and the rings. So I realized that I wasn't very good at the muscle up on the bar because I needed too much swing. And then I started trying the muscle up on the rings. And amazingly enough, I got my first muscle up on the rings the first time I tried it. And I was like, holy shit, okay, let's do it. Let's keep at it. And my pursuit was not to do the most amount of reps, but the highest time under tension for a muscle up. So that meant for me like a strict slow muscle up. And hell, I swear to God, I've never been so obsessed on something. I used to do this, I think 5 days a week or 6, and I would just practice 5 reps. After the 5 reps, I would burn out with some push-ups, and that was it. That was it. I just wanted to feel the pump because it didn't seem like enough just to train the muscle up. But it was actually a very good idea to isolate so extremely that you only have one focus and everything around it just revolves around this skill. And I realized, like if you focus on that one skill, the rest will follow. I mean, the loss of weight, if you push, you'll realize, okay, I'm eating too much, I'm eating too little, I'm not recovering, I need a rest day and stuff like that. But that only happens if you just push it day after day after day after day and don't make the same mistakes every time. Because I was making a lot of the same mistakes every time, and I just realized, okay, I need to be a little bit more humble and rest more. So I was doing work around it, but always with the purpose of the muscle up.
There's a lot to be said about isometrics and time under tension. Time
absolutely.
on bar.
Yo, can I share one thing that absolutely changed the game in my transition? So and I still do this because sometimes I go out of the muscle up and I try to come back, and I notice that the transition won't be able to be smooth. So I grab the rings and I reach the highest point I can. And there I just try to stay, push downwards, and tension up the whole ab, the core, and then it goes down. And this, just to get me like used to the movement again and to the tension required in the abs, because that transition, the whole stress of it is really just that compression between the rib cage and the abs, and then you go through. So those isometrics, first of all, they trained my forearms. I was doing the false grip and pushing downwards so I could hook the ring on my wrist cup. So this pushing downwards is just like compressing the forearm, and then reaching this point is just compressing continuously in small amounts, but of high tension, my abs, and that will eventually make me feel more comfortable going into the transition if I'm out of it.
Brilliant tip. It's very, very true.
Like
Thank
that.
you.
Typically in real life.
It applies to I think almost every strength training endeavor. What I used to talk about with Gus is that he's such a high rep dude, but he can still do the strength components. Whereas if I do the high rep things, I lose the strength component. So for me, the burpee is a sweet spot. It is slightly more on the realm of cardio than it is strength training for me. So I don't lose that component of the strength training with the burpee. It actually helps me be like more or less elastic, like Aldo said.
Yep.
And it also is more enjoyable. It's more of a flow than just like strict scheduling of today I'm doing arms, tomorrow I'm doing back, abs. I don't know. I've never been into that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's bodybuilder stuff. Those splits.
Yeah, I mean, it has its place and everything, but I mean, Old Dog, look at Old Dog, man. Old Dog, you're a legend, man. You look like Jack as fuck, man. Amazing, yo.
Insert sound effect.
Thank you.
But also,
Thanks,
like,
Chris.
look at Derek's progression over time. I mean, I've seen this dude for 3-4 years, and he's on the steady grind at a very, very high level. I mean, I saw your bench presses. I mean, those are not normal bench presses. I mean, not everyone looking as lean and slender as you does that bench press. But you focus on strength training, and you have your moments of cardio, and so I think you found yourself a sweet spot where you can do both, and maybe even mix it up on certain sessions, which I see you doing as well.
Yeah, been loving that for sure, man. I'm trying to do it on the long game. If I can get small gains over months and years, then that's winning right now.
Right. Absolutely. Good point, Derek. Excellent point.
Yeah. You know who I really admire, and I hope he's watching. I don't know if he's watching. Tony from Still in the Game.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Yo, what's up with that dude?
I don't know.
Oh, man, he has the sauce. I mean, every time he just pushes it. And even if he's like unhappy with his result, you're like, fucking hell, man.
Exactly.
Go give yourself a cupcake,
Go ahead and get 2.
Go have a cupcake.
Yeah, 2, man. I don't know.
Loosen up and have a cupcake.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get another.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, let's go. What number you guys on?
Oh, shit, I even forgot about that, yo. I'm at 50, so I'm going to do 10 more.
I got 60. What y'all have?
No way.
50.
No, who said that? Did
All
Aldo
this
say
time I
that?
should have been catching up. What's that? What number y'all on?
Yeah. I'm 60. This is 70.
What up?
I said a certain minutes, man. Not the phone. I'll do just squat stack. Then the next Wednesday, I'll do and bench press. That's enough. Calisthenics. Yeah. Always maybe once about
Ha. 10. That's 70. 70. Man.
Okay, I got 60. I'm going for 70.
I got 70.
70.
Where you at?
I can't count. So that's what it is. Yeah.
Get warm in here.
Oof. Do we keep going or what? Oh, we stop at.
I'm taking a quick break. I'm still ahead.
I now see everybody just going.
Go for it, Aldo.
Where are you on? Oh,
7-0.
hey, oh, I really love what you say, man. About practice, about making it a practice. That really hit hard at me, man. Thinking about it like that.
Yeah. I'm not like it's. I've already felt the difference this week. 5 days. Today's day 6. Like it's already it's small, but I'm already feeling like there's change happening. You know, and that's 5 minutes.
Yeah. No, yeah, I thought it was powerful how you how you put it that way. I think it's cool. I think it's really cool.
I'm down to 70.
I'm gonna put
70.
it in the air.
Yeah.
Say again, Gusto.
Training day versus all day battle. We're doing it today.
Oh,
Oh, it's going on today?
One up to 5 muscle ups. He's doing it after his workout because his name is All Day.
that's right.
All day.
It works out all
Shout out
day.
to all day.
Yeah, shout
I'm
out.
going to go for 80, yo.
I'm
Let's go.
going too.
Same.
Ah, 80. Ah. Ah. They only show, they only back us when you get fit and talk shit. Oh man, woo! 80. Ah. This is powerful. Ah.
For a battle day. Gains.
Battle of the day.
Battle of the day. Who you got, Paul?
That's 80.
Yo, Aldo. Aldo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Venga, mi hermano, vamos por 90.
Aldo's bro, Terrence
All right.
Crawford.
Vámonos. Shout out to Terrence, man.
Omaha.
I see you guys trying to get ahead. What's up with that?
Yo, why ain't no one talking shit though? No, when the shit hits the fan, no one talks shit.
Gains. He always stand in the corner.
There it is. 80. Woo.
Normally he's slow. He watches other fighters. They take him like
Woo.
Oh, it's Day Day, Battle of the Daniel Sons.
Sounds like a Kendrick Lamar title. Battle of the Day.
Battle of the K-Sons.
Where we at? 90?
90.
90 next or 100 next?
I'm at 90 right now, so let's go for
Yeah.
100, and we're done, yo. Woo!
Let's go. I love the energy, man. Let's go. 90. Go out with the band. Woo.
No, chinga, no, mama.
Where are you guys at? Go first. Where are you at, man?
I'm at 93 right now, dude.
Nice.
I just hit 80 there.
Nice. Hey, I have a question for you all around what Chris was saying as far as efficiency. Do you try and balance, like, you know, I have an injury, so it makes me a little off balance. And so I favor one side. Do you try to
Oh man,
make little changes to stay balanced, even if it's one side's more efficient or stronger than the other?
I do. I definitely do there.
Yeah.
Because you know what? You know what I find, especially now? Something always hurts. There's
Yep.
something always a little off. So you have to make the adjustments, otherwise you're not going to do it at all. Right? So yeah, I'm always, if something feels, if this shoulder feels a little off, you're always going to, you know, compensate to whatever degree you have to.
Right.
But the only other option is not to do it at all.
Yeah.
Which
That's
I
not-
don't
Ain't
like that
nobody
option.
not doing. Ain't nobody doing that shit around here.
I don't like that option.
Well, I feel like the other option is to continue to cater to the stronger side, and then that just is going to exacerbate the imbalance. So I think that's setting yourself up for a bigger fall a little bit further down the road.
Right.
Like
I see that too.
Yeah.
But you know what? I mean, obviously, a setback doesn't mean a stop, right? Like you said.
Right.
So I remember every time something would happen with my back, I remember every time my lat would get really tight and it would hurt my back, my posture and everything. So I would stop training, at least that, and I would start running more. And
Right.
obviously, eventually, if you start running, you're going to hit a point of diminishing returns as well. And so I find this search of what can I do, when, and why very interesting. I mean, obviously, I like to be spontaneous, but I do keep the muscle up in mind. I keep the burpee in mind. I keep running in mind, and I keep cycling in mind. And I think those four, at least for my goals, are sufficient.
What
I
are
would
you
love.
goals, Chris?
Oh,
I'm
well,
gonna do the last 10 while you guys are chatting.
you put me on the spot right now. Right now, I'm trying to run a 21K. That's a half marathon under 1 hour 45. My best time
Wow.
is 1:48. Then the 10K, I want to run a sub 44. My best time is a 44:50. With the burpees, I would like to do the 1,000 reps on my birthday,
When is
which
that?
is in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
I've never done more than 500, but I've done 500 unbroken. So I think I'm gonna just like
Oh,
look
wow.
for. I've done a strategy where I think I'm gonna do a rest every 200, drink, because that's the one thing that gets me down the most when my mouth dries out. I don't know why my mouth dries out. You can think about that one, but it dries out in sessions.
Getting in the zone, that's why.
That's amazing, man.
See my
That's big
homies
goals.
out there.
Hey, that's big. That's big. That's big goals, man. I like to do that one day. I want to run a big run like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to. That's powerful.
Yeah, man. I love to run because basically it's so simple. You know, it's just one step after the other. And
Yep.
if you do it well enough, you feel free for a certain degree of time, you know, a certain amount of time. You just feel like you're just like bouncing
Yes,
and
sir.
flowing through the landscape. And to be honest, that's one thing that, since I have the ability and the opportunity to move around, just to on my search for a route, it's priceless. I mean,
That's beautiful.
and you know what's the most beautiful part about it? It's free. It's completely free.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not someone who makes a lot of money. I'm not someone that gives a lot of money out, but I'm someone who likes to get the most out of a situation with the least amount of time, money.
Hey Chris, I'm gonna hit you up after this. I swear I have a Super Bowl commercial in my head.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send it to you, see if you think so. It's around running. It's about
Okay.
running and exactly what you're talking about. Like, it's so simple and basic, and you don't need anything.
Yeah. I mean, it's fantastic. And you know what? I used to have troubles with my back and my knee. And then I started doing these minimalist shoes, you know, like the one that have the zero elevation and barefoot style. And it took me a while. My calves were suffering for months, but then it paid off. And now I feel I can run more with less pain. And it's counterintuitive because sometimes the sole of my feet, they do hurt. The terrain is bad,
Right.
but it'll heal. It'll become stronger. And you know what? Someone told me this crazy shit, and I want to share with all of you. Someone said, and please don't quote me on this, but your feet have more receptive nerves than the eye, but your whole exchange with the world is based on sight. So just to lose that contact with Earth through a shoe, I mean, it must have an impact. It must have an impact.
Yes, it does, man.
Yeah, I used to
Now,
have
Chris-
super strong feet when I was younger. Then I had this accident, and the nerves on this foot are jacked up, so it feels
Right.
like any terrain difference. My nervous system is like, you know, like something's different in the sensation. It doesn't have like a gradient of
Right.
glass versus a corner of carpet. And so I before this though, I was 100% like the contact is critical. I agree.
Yeah, just being barefoot, you know, I like barefoot burpees a lot just because of his title of his channel, and And I used to have flat feet, and I remember my small toe being like curved in the shape of a shoe. And to be honest, that's gone. I mean, I can now wiggle my toes on the feet and stuff like that. That for me are not given. You know, like I remember there was a time where I said, "Oh shit, I can move the toes of my feet like on demand."
Wow.
Wow.
Now, Chris, when you run, are you running on different terrains like blacktop?
Yeah.
And,
I mainly avoid.
You mix it up?
I mainly avoid pavement. So if I cross the bridge where I live, I have access to a forest. So I run on trails mainly, yeah. And if there's pavement, I go on the grass.
Okay.
Just because I like to
Derek,
wiggle my ankle. I think, you know, that pavement has its place because I do run on the track. Sometimes I go for speed sessions on track, and that's fantastic because you don't have to think about your foot placement. You just focus on moving forward, and that's it. But if you're on terrain, you know, you have the whole world. You know, you got roots, you got stone, you got uneven situations and whatnot. And I think that's very healthy because that's the reason you have a joint that has full mobility and needs to adapt to everything. So I enjoy that part of it, you know, to be able to perceive a surrounding through my feet, and takes that away from you.
Yeah. Interesting. And Derek, you're not running, right? You're just doing your hikes?
No.
Are you running at all, or?
We run up at lunchtime. When you see me run up there, that's pretty much all my running. Other than that, it's hiking. Right. But I feel like I wear the hiking shoes that I have are a zero gravity shoe, minimal sole, and I love that. I feel like my ankle gets stronger from being out there on that uneven terrain and having to move more.
Yeah. I've been wearing for the past, I don't like big clunky sneakers. You know what I mean? I like the minimalist type, and that's what I've been wearing. I've been wearing these same, I bought a few pair just in different colors, the same shoe, but it's a real low profile shoe. They're very, very light. And, you know, to Chris's point, I just feel like when I'm walking, I feel like I'm touching the ground, as opposed to, you know, some sneaker with a fat sole, and, you know, just like a, you know, especially something like a basketball type sneaker, or even like a heavy, even though it's not heavy in weight, but it's just like a big bulky running shoe. I don't like that feel on my feet. You know what I mean? I want to feel as close to being barefoot as I can. You know, but the only other thing too is, and I don't want to go too far with the whole sneaker thing, but Chris and even Derek, maybe you, a lot of these shoes now that they make, like the minimalist type shoe, they have that wide, the front of the shoe is very wide, like the wide toe box. I don't like that feel. I don't want it to be tight around my foot, but I don't like that loose feel. I almost feel like I'm wearing a clown shoe, because I bought a couple of pair and I tried to get used to it, and I wind up just not wearing them. I mean, I like the style, I like the feel of it, you know, on the bottom of my feet, but I don't like the front half of my foot having all that room, because it just feels like it's sliding around.
I completely agree with that. But there's actually a reason for that toe box being so wide, and it's basically because your feet have been shaped to mold the structure of a shoe, and I remember reading this from Anton Krupicka. He's an ultra runner, and he was like the first one who did the New Balance Minimus, and he was a famous dude because he would cut out the back sole of the shoe, so he would always land on the balls of his feet. So he would do an extra effort by cutting his shoe up, so he wouldn't land on his heel. And he said, you know, when you land every time on that foot, your feet get impregnated, and it creates this structure that molds your feet. I mean, it's the shape of your feet. And then you come to a situation where you do repetitive stress fractures, just because you're molding that foot through repetition to the shape of your foot. But with minimalist shoes, you don't have that. They won't they won't shape to your foot. I mean, you shape you structure yourself around the shape of that shoe, actually. So your feet, the toes naturally start spreading outwards. And I mean,
Right.
I saw this through years and years and years, but I can tell you by 100% security that I think my feet look different now than back in the day.
Yep.
Oh, phone dying, everyone. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, we went over this, but hey, I am so humbled by your presence, and I love these vibes. It's amazing. Thank you, Gus, for hitting me up and inviting me for this. Old Dog, you're a legend, man. Keep up the challenge. Derek,
Thank you.
he's uber legend.
Appreciate it.
Man, he's like a source of light. And Aldo, man, I love your messages. They're very honest and they come from the heart. And you know, you appreciate life, and that's what we're here out for.
Yes, sir, man. That's all we have, man.
Chris,
At the end
man.
of the day, that's all we have. Like Aldo always
Chris,
says,
I gotta
man,
say-
without your health, we ain't nothing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's right. And Chris, man, thank you. This has really been an honor. It was great meeting you, talking to you, even though it's, halfway across the world. But,
Yeah.
I love listening to you, and stay healthy, man. It was great talking to you. Appreciate you
Likewise, everybody. Yo, take care and have fun and finish those 100 reps.
All right, boys.
Yeah.
Now we all
Will
hold
do.
ourselves accountable. I'm pretty sure you're gonna get 4 different videos of us doing the routine because I know I'm gonna do that now. It's been a pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for joining. You're always welcome
Absolutely.
to be part of the, come through and join us. It just costs 25 push-ups.
Oh man,
A small
that's
fee.
a penny.
It's a
That's
small
pennies and
fee.
dime.
25
It's a small fee.
It's a small fee, man. For so much happiness, I'm glad to give it out every time.
Heck yeah.
All
I
right,
didn't mean to
boys.
cut you
Everybody
off.
stay
That's why I put
safe.
the
Get your
message-
reps in,
Yeah.
and I'll talk
Take
to you
care.
guys later.
All right.
Till next
Gang,
All
time,
right,
yo.
boys.
Thank you,
Thank you
everyone.
all.
Yes, sir.